And welcome back to All Over the Map. Thanks for tuning in. On today's episode, we got States of the Week series, and this state we're featuring is Arizona. We're doing it in alphabetical order. We've done Alabama, Alaska, now we're on to Arizona. We're going to give you some clues as to how to locate what part of the United States that we're in on any game, and we're going on a state-by-state basis. This one, clues about Arizona that you know that you're in Arizona. I'm going to spot out a lot of things during the game, but before it, we're going to get into 5 major clues that we look at to say, hey, how do we know that we're in Arizona? First thing I want to look at, as always, is I want to familiarize myself with the large cities. If I'm looking at Arizona, I need to know the large cities, at least the 5 largest cities within the state. And we've got Phoenix, Tucson, Mesa, Chandler, and Gilbert. Some of them are close together. They're in a similar area. When that happens, sometimes you want to look further afield, like Yuma. But more importantly, you just want to make sure that you see at least five of the major cities. Also of note here, you got certain cities that are growing fast. And there's certain parts of the United States that are growing fast, others that aren't growing, they're losing people. If you're in the southwest United States or a place like Texas or Florida, those places are growing. A place like Arizona is growing. So you constantly want to kind of update and see this, because as things are growing, things are changing. And I guarantee you the street view is changing as well on some of the signs. And just important to note that. The next thing I want to look at are the state highway signs. U.S. highway signs and interstates you're going to find throughout the United States. However, what's going to distinguish from state to state is the actual state sign. This is what the state sign of Arizona looks like. Pretty straightforward. It's got the state outline and Arizona, and then you combine this with this deserty look, you pretty much can tell that you're in Arizona. The next clue that you would really want to understand, and this isn't the case for every single United States, for most, I would say that the United States is a very, what I would call sporting culture, means a lot of different sports, pro sports, college sports, all kinds of sports. In the state of Arizona, you see there's similar colors. There's the Suns, the Mercury, the Sun Devils, which is Arizona State, and the Diamondbacks. And so you want to look at these logos, have a familiarity of where this is, because generally, you could see something on a car, you could see a flag on a home, or you could see the buildings or different things. You're going to see a lot of Arizona State, Arizona, because they're colleges. The rest are pro teams. But I would study this and have an understanding of American sports. It's not to say you could find an Arizona Cardinals or Phoenix Suns fans in New York or a place like this. It can certainly happen, but when you combine the palm trees, the deserty look, and you see this, you know exactly where you are. Interstates, we're going to look at interstates. So Interstate 8 is an interesting interstate because it goes from California to and ends in Arizona. So you would say Interstate 8. If I see certain interstates that are lower in number, generally they're going to be in the southern part of the United States if they're even. So like 8, 10, Interstate 10, they're going to be in the southern part of the United States. Let's go back and see if I think we can look at yes, this is the Arizona list of highways. Again, you're looking at Interstate 8, Interstate 10, Interstate 11. The lower numbers on both the even and odds are going to be in the southwest United States. But this will help. The last and probably one of the more important things, not only in Arizona but throughout the United States, are the area codes. If you can understand the area codes and know these area codes and know those numbers, you're going to have a great time of kind of getting in the ballpark of where you are. So I would recommend at least studying this when you play any of the state games, and when you play the more global games or the games like United States No Blurry, you want to have at least an idea of the larger zip codes with the larger areas. For instance, Phoenix, the 602, some of it's the 480, but yeah, it's you need this. This is very helpful. I would say area codes are probably one of the most helpful things when it comes to United States location. Because you will see this on trucks, commercial vehicles, buildings, signs, all over the place. So, real estate signs. So, with that said, let's use these clues. Let's kind of get into this map that I found by the gamer. It's Arizona. It's GeoGuessr. We're going to do 5-minute rounds. We're going to have some fun with this. We're going to do this as a 5-minute moving, panning, zooming allowed challenge. the play along link in the description below. And if you could hit that like button right now, it costs nothing and it helps the channel. Would really appreciate it. Let's get into it and see where we are. Hopefully we're not in the middle of nowhere. We're at somebody's house. Trucks, cars. I don't see palm trees, but I see trees and no grass. We are stuck in a neighborhood. Which way do we go? Maybe go this way. Going south. Hope I'm going the right way here. No, not. Am I? No, there's some grass. A nice community. And hopefully we're not ending up in a cul-de-sac. That's my fear. Do we see any construction? Trucks? Are any trucks with area codes? That's what I'd be looking for if I'm in a neighborhood like this, because good luck trying to figure out where you are here because everything when it comes to neighborhoods in certain cities and certain regions in the United States, they all look the same. So let's go back to this real quick. 352. I just saw a real estate sign. Now, it's not to say somebody could be from a different area. The real estate sign is gone. We did see something else here. I shouldn't be taking time. I usually try to look for Debbie Lesko. Usually it might say the town they're running for. No, it's just another court. Not what I wanted. Not what I wanted. Okay, here we go. We're in the land of courts. For rent, 480, which is going to be Phoenix. Firebird Housing Specialist. So we're going to have to go left. I don't know why I decided to. Do we go this way? We get out? Or is this another court? You got to love the United States and all their courts or cul-de-sacs or whatever you want to call it. Yeah, cars are coming this way. There's a stop sign. It's a way to get out of this housing maze. 480, so that's a good clue to start. We're going to need more. This feels Scottsdale-ish. Scottsdale's on the east side of Phoenix. But I want to make sure I get this right. Going north. All right. It's great that we're in a bike lane. Got cactus. There we are, cactus in the middle of the road, which is always a unique feature that most people don't see. Those, I think they're saguaro. I forget how they say saguaro cacti. Cactus is native, I think, to this area. So when you see that, you know that you're in Arizona. Should have brought that up earlier. I could be wrong on that, but I don't see it anywhere else, at least that I'm aware of. Lake Pleasant and West Wing. Wow. Okay. That's helpful. Not. Well, see, this adopt a sign thing might have something. The city of Peoria. Now I just need to know where the city of Peoria is. That's the question. Because I know that's in Illinois. This is a fairly newer town in Peoria. It's north of Glendale, northwest of Glendale. 50 seconds. We got Lake Pleasant and West Wing. Lake Pleasant and West Wing. Mm. Yeah, gonna lose some points here because we might not be. We're 9 miles away. Not bad, but I feel like I could have gotten that one. Peoria, look at that. So Peoria's here. It goes all the way north. That's the growth that we're talking about here in Arizona. So Peoria, and we were in the neighborhood of Cibola Vista. So a lot of homes, a lot of new homes, new neighborhoods. But yeah, there we go on that one. Great White Buffalo Gifts. Okay. This might be the southeast. So that's a 5-2 something. I think 5 is in the southeast from. Benson Historical Auto Courts. Or is this Benson, Arizona? 520. The other thing you want to look for in the United States, and I probably mentioned this before, the post office. If you can find a post office, sometimes they're not on the main thoroughfare, you can pretty much know that you're in that town. Okay, so there's train to the north. Benson. Okay, so I'm looking for the town of Benson, Cowboy Way. Well, we've got some time. Might as well look to see if we can find. There we are, Benson. Not too far away from Tombstone. Out on Interstate 10s around here somewhere. So Benson, Arizona is where we are. Let's go back. The train tracks are to the north, so we're on East 4th Street likely. State Route 80, I think. Yep, 4th and Land is where we are. And that's exactly where we are. The Native Grounds Coffee shop, I guess, there. Yep, I think we're right about there. So Benson, Arizona for the second round. Let's hopefully we got that right. 5 yards. There we go. Good round. And you see this 10 here. That's not actually the Interstate 10. It's like the alternate or business 10. So you see that's the other thing you'll see. You could get confused with from time to time. Let's see if we zoom out. It shows up. Yeah, so you see 10 here. The actual Interstate 10 goes here. But this is a business route. The reason behind that is take you into businesses, I guess. I don't know. But you'll see that green 10. Just it'll take you back to the same route if you stay on it. Let's get okay. So the third round. So I'd like to get off to it. We're already there. Wow, new building. Now this looks northern. You got some pine trees here. It's not as deserty. My guess. I've been to Arizona before. I've been to Phoenix. I've been to Flagstaff. I've been to the Grand Canyon. So this seems to me like this is Flagstaff, the mountain that's north of Flagstaff. That's just the feeling I get. There's East 40. Yeah, so we're on the right track here. The Galaxy Diner, which is now open for dine-in or takeout, across the street from wherever. By the way, when I was younger, meaning teenager, we were at the Grand Canyon. I stayed at a hotel in Flagstaff where the Phoenix Suns were doing their training camp that summer or late, whenever we were there. So the Phoenix Suns were at the hotel that I was staying at, which is pretty cool. Because they were, I think, doing their training camp at Northern Arizona University, which is in Flagstaff, which I think that's where we are if we're headed east. Sedona, Phoenix, Page, and Grand Canyon, yes. This is Flagstaff now. I just got to find what road we're on here. Again, this looks different. When you look at this, you got birch trees. You look like right here you could be in the north. Looks like you could be in Minnesota or whatever. I don't know what the altitude of Flagstaff is, but it's pretty high. It's up there. Same with Grand Canyon. There is snow. In fact, in Arizona, I think they got a bunch of snow here. So don't be fooled that just because it's 50 or 45, Route 66. Route 66, and you know what? Lo and behold, I think this is the hotel I stayed at. Isn't that nuts? This is back in the 1990s, this Embassy Suites. I think this is where I stayed. Because there's a sign, this is how crazy it is. This is deja vu, but there was a sign here that says, I think, to Los Angeles. And I wonder, it was right outside. Let's see. This would be weird. And it does. How about that? I have been to this hotel. That is crazy. Because this was, Route 66. Flagstaff. Wow. Crazy. I've been to a place I was at probably, 30 years ago, 35 years ago. Nuts. Absolutely nuts when I was a kid. And that was where I when it first opened. There it is there. This is, here's Northern Arizona University, home of the Lumberjacks. The Galaxy Diner is where we started. Wow, this is down memory lane. So this hotel was built, maybe 94, 95, whatever it was. Pretty cool. So I've been to some places that I've been, but this unique place, because we were going to the Grand Canyon, which is about an hour and a half north of here. That in that direction is the Grand Canyon. So it's pretty cool that I visited a place that I was at and hadn't seen in so many years, and all I remember is seeing that Los Angeles sign and asking my parents could we get to Los Angeles, and they're like, we are not driving that far. Yep, Galaxy Diner. 1 minute. Chick-fil-A. Wow, Chick-fil-A is there. Bun Huggers. And I think we're about there. And there we are, Flagstaff, Arizona. So I'm glad we got that one because not all of Arizona is desert. Or it's pine. There are a lot of pine trees in there in the north and I think to the east. What we're looking for here is a lot of flat land. This could be out east. Painted Desert. So we're looking west. Could be one of these rounds we just keep searching and not see any signs or clues, because that's what you can find in the United States sometimes, but when you see, there's a little bit of reddish soil. 55 is the speed limit. Doesn't matter to us. What matters to us are clues of some type of signage, which I think we're going to get here in a second. Hopefully. 428. So they were down to a county sign. Apache County, Ganado Lake, Nazlini. Write down 428. My pen doesn't work, so that doesn't work. So I do write down some clues from time to time. Always feel free to write down clues to help you out. If you're not playing a game with somebody, I know some channels like to play games with family members or friends or wives or husbands, whatever. But I do this all by myself. 428. I feel like stuff's down here that could be of help. We've got 3 minutes and 12 seconds. 448 miles. So we're probably closer to California, maybe. And daytime lamps. speed limits come down. This is where the police often hang out. If you're driving in the United States, you go from 55 down to 40. As we come into a town, police are usually hiding behind, waiting for speeders to come right past that 40 and they're really going 55 or 60. So a warning to the wise about that. Yeah. Ganado. Okay, Junction 191. Now we're on this side. So it starts off high and goes low, the miles. Ganado, here we are. Steamboat Burnside, Ganado. Junction 191. So we're coming down this road here. We're on the 264, the Navajo Nation. Ganado Middle School and High School and Primary School. McDonald's. Marker's not going to help me out, but that ranch is there. We got to be in a. I'm just going to go for a spot like this. Let's do that. Ooh, and we were 1,400 yards away, so we lost some points there, but nonetheless, okay. The eastern part of New Mexico, 446 miles on this 264, which, where does 264 go? 264, can't end there. Must come down here. Nope. It's interesting, this is 400 miles. Tuba City, I've actually been through Tuba City. Well, in any case, not to worry about that. I'm not worried about the mileage, but I thought it was interesting at 400 and some miles. We got a fifth final round, and we are right dead smack in dry country. Warning, don't want to touch the power lines. Rio Rico, Arizona. Liberty Water video surveillance system. So this would remind me, like, I grew up watching this show called Knight Rider. This is like where I'd feel like Kit or Knight Rider, Michael Knight, David Hasselhoff would come down in his cars, go flying over. Somebody's chasing after him. It's the type of landscape. So, wow, it's an interesting road. It's gonna be a tough round. Because not much going on here. Not much going on at all. So it just feels like one of those that are Back to the Future 3, I think it is. I don't know why I'm stuck in an 80s time warp, but I think it's because some of my kids got into it over the holiday season, Christmas. They were watching some of these old shows and stuff on YouTube. Well, we can go this way. Don't know what we're going to find out other than hopefully signage, area codes. For some reason, I don't think we're going to see much of Arizona State or Arizona in this game in terms of the universities. You're probably going to find that more closer to cities, but that's primarily to just distinguish, if you're not familiar with the landscape or whatever, that's where Yak Lane, okay. where you're going to be. So huh. I need to find some type of clue. Do not enter when flooded. Yeah, you're going to see a lot of that. Do not enter when you're flooded is going to be in a state like Arizona. So hopefully we can come up to some type of a larger road here. Peck Canyon. Yeah, this seems like a place that those old 80s shows would be filmed. I don't know where Peck Canyon is. But we do have some landscaping looking a little bit more like California than Arizona kind of here. But again, the distinguishing parts of this are going to be road signs, etc. So Peck. Oh, we got a school there too. Oh, it's Rio Rico. Maybe I should just look for Rio Rico. Right. Minute 24. I'm going to have to make a move soon. So I'm not seeing the signs that I want to see, although I feel like there's a highway up here if I don't keep going that I'm going to miss. There's Rio Rico. So the River Rico. Oof, this is tough. Seconds, 50. Oh, there's a stop sign up here. Hopefully a bigger road with some type of signage. It's great. Grace Church is at Rio Rico. That doesn't help us. All I want is... I don't know why I think we're down in Yuma, but that's where I think we are. All that for 64 points. Well, at least we were almost drawing a parallel line to the border, so we were close. Rio Rico. How close were we to Interstate 19? We were on Via Patricia. I don't know. Yeah, we were close. We would have come down here a little further. We were in Peck Canyon, and we got the frontage road. We probably could have had it if we had another minute, but hey, it happens. 19.818, not much. But we get a diverse round of Tucson for Arizona. Deserty down here in the south from Rio Rico to Benson to Peoria, not Illinois, Peoria, Arizona. We got Flagstaff, which is cool to find the location that I was at many years ago. I have not seen that image, and I remember that sign right out of the hotel, and it hasn't changed. That it still says Los Angeles, which is pretty cool. It's cool to see that. Let's see, that was probably 26 years ago, something like that. In any case, and then the Navajo Nation. Were we actually in the Navajo Nation? I don't know if that classifies or not in Ganado, Arizona. Hopefully you enjoyed this game. Hopefully this helped you with some clues. You had some fun playing the game on the state of Arizona. If you're from Arizona, if you've been to Arizona, comment down below. Love to hear from you. Love to hear if you've been to any of these places, or if you've been, like myself, to Flagstaff or the Grand Canyon. We did not get the Grand Canyon, but a great place to visit if you're visiting the United States. With that said, Appreciate each and every one of you that tune in. Until next time, cheers.